Introduce yourself.
Oh, Corey Zimmerman with Elevate Home Warranty. This is me. It says on my shirt too, and I wear the orange belt to make it look even cooler. So, yeah, so we'll talk about home warranties. If you guys have questions, please ask, okay? Stop me. I want to make sure your questions are answered. But I brought a couple things as well to talk about the plans. So pull this out first. We'll talk about this first. But let's talk about generally what a home warranty is. Home warranty covers your home, covers the mechanical systems in your home, plumbing, electrical, and appliances, okay? So how does that work? So mechanical systems, what is a mechanical system? Your HVAC, your water heaters, again, like I said, plumbing, electrical, appliances. All appliances can be covered depending on the plan. Our plans start and they range from $300 to $500. I won't go into too many specifics on the plans because you can read them here and there's a lot of fine print as far as like coverages and things. But how does a homeowner, after they get the home warranty, file what we call a service request? Claim. We don't like to use the word claim. We use service request. So what they'll do is they'll call our office up if something happens. Let's say they move into the home. 2 months later, the dishwasher breaks. Something's happening, it's leaking or it's not working. They call up our office diagnoses it with them over the phone, says what's going on. If there's something they can help fix over the phone, I'll give you an example in a second, but they try to do that, but if they can't, then they will just send somebody out. Email the homeowner within 3 to 4 business hours of the information. They'll get a call within 3 to 4 business hours from our contractor, and then the homeowner will pay a $59 service call fee. If it falls within the coverage of the warranty, then we'll pay the difference of whatever is above and beyond that $59. Okay. So let me give you an example of a couple things that happen that are easily diagnosed. Okay. So we get a lot of homeowners that call us and say their furnace isn't working or their AC is not working. First thing when they have them check when they call our office is to check the batteries in the thermostat. If the batteries in the thermostat are dead, it doesn't know to kick on AC or furnace. So it's a super common issue. So we actually, instead of sending somebody out, obviously, we tell them to check the batteries. If the batteries are still working, then we'll send somebody out. Another example is we're not getting a lot of airflow or we're not getting any airflow from the furnace because you need to change your air filter. So it's another really common thing. Those air filters, depending on the filter, needs to be replaced probably every month. And so we recommend that they do that. Okay, any questions on any of that? Let's talk about the plans specifically. So here's what's kind of cool. Our plans, we have a wide range of plans. When I say wide range, that's 4, okay? So it's a fair amount. So starting at $300. So $300 is our basic plan. This is what is covered in our basic plan. Are you zooming in on that?
We'll just, excuse me, we'll have a link.
Okay.
So they can just download it.
So our basic plan starts at $300. Our plans go up to $500. You can pull this exact plan comparison on our website at elevatehw.com or elevatehomewarranty.com. Okay. So something really unique with our plans that are really cool is our basic plan. You can get free listing coverage for your listings. We obviously have to know that you have a listing first. You can't say, oh, I got a listing 6 months ago, now something's wrong. You have to tell me when you get the listing. Once you get the listing, let me know that you have the listing. We put the free basic coverage on that. We give them free coverage. The only catch is you have to pay the $59 service call fee if there's an issue, just like a buyer would if they had the home warranty. Make sense? Okay.
Is that a good sales point?
It's an absolutely great sales point. So in your listing presentations, I would recommend suggesting that to your homeowner, saying, "Hey, we can give you free listing coverage that covers what's on this sheet here, and it'll cover those things." So yeah, absolutely. I think sellers love it. It's free. Why not use it, right?
So when we tell them that, they say, "Great." When we have the listing, we just register it as a listing, and then we don't have to pay as agents.
That's exactly right. It's free. The agent doesn't pay. The homeowner doesn't pay. Nobody pays. I'll show you how to order that in a second. We go to the order page. But yeah, it's absolutely free. Nobody pays for it. Except I guess we do, I guess. Somebody pays for it, we do. So, okay, so besides this listing, the free listing coverage, something really cool that we have with our 450 plan, our 500 plan, so this is our elevated plus and our totally elevated plan. The buyers will get a free service call. So the first time they use us, they won't have to pay anything. If they use us after that, it's a $59 service call. So a lot of homeowners want a rekey done. They want their homes rekeyed, meaning to go and change the mechanical locks and the little tumblers in the locks, and they get new keys, so they're the only they have the only keys that actually work in the home. That could be done with a service call, right? So the first time they use us with that 450 plan, 500 plan, it's free. Otherwise, there's a $59 service call fee with our other plans, or after they use that free service call. Okay.
When you say service call, is that just for you guys to come out?
Yeah. So that's exactly great question. So anytime we get a call and have to go diagnose something, there's a $59 service call fee. That does not go to us as a home warranty company. That actually goes to the contractor to get them out there, diagnose it. And then after they diagnose it, anything above and beyond that, we pay, we cover. So I get asked the question a lot, what if I have 2 leaks or it's the same plumber, 2 different issues, but the same plumber? Can we cover it in one service call? Yes, the answer is yes. So instead of paying, it's not per issue, it's per contractor per time. So if we have 2 appliances that aren't working for whatever reason, we can send the same guy out there and only charge $59, but have him look at both appliances, as long as it's in the same trim.
Just make sure everything's broken.
Exactly. You're gonna break it all at the same time, and then it's gonna be a little cheaper for you.
I have a question.
So, yeah.
So right here, if you come out to remove my AC cover, you're going to give me $35?
No, so this is like if they don't have AC on their home. We would take it off the price of the home warranty.
Oh, okay.
So yes, does that make sense? So if there's no AC, we just take it off the price of the warranty. So a couple other things we can add as additional items. If they need if they have a septic system, it is additional for that at $75. If they want a septic tank pumped, their septic tank pumped, that's a one-time that we can do for $35. We can add a pool for $180. Doesn't matter if it's salt generator or not, just chlorine, normal chlorine, $180. Well pump, $100. If they have water softener, we can add it for $50. We have what's called elevated pipe leak coverage. So this covers home warranty only covers anything inside the foundation. The elevated pipe leak coverage will cover the main pipe from the foundation to the street, right? So that does include gas lines, that does include your water lines, things like that, sewage lines, things like that. There is a limit on that. It's a $1,000 limit, but for $100 they can get that if they know that there might be an issue. We also have what's called no fault upgrade. So no fault upgrade it's extra $50. The limit on it is $250, but what it does cover, if it covers, home warranty companies in general do not cover if something was not to code, if it was built not to code, or if there was improperly installed. Then home warranty companies in general will not cover that. We will cover it if you add that extra $50. So let me give you an example of what that means. Water heaters, typically now new code is that they have what's called an expansion tank on it and earthquake straps. This is one of the most common ones we get, okay? So if they don't have that no fault upgrade and we have to replace the water heater, the plumber's gonna require that they put those things on there, the expansion tank and the earthquake straps, okay? Well, we won't cover those unless they have that. So it only costs them $50. The expansion tank's about $150. Earthquake straps can go up to about $100, so there's $250 to cover that. Another example is we have a lot of, I'm going to call them weekend warriors that finish their own basements, things like that. So they do their own electrical, do their own. If there is something that they've done that's improperly installed or not to code, like a normal homeowner, then that won't be covered by any warranty company unless they have that $50 no fault upgrade with us, and then we will cover a portion of that. Does that make sense? It's kind of a roundabout way of talking about that. So okay.
So we do see a lot of homes like in inspections that don't have earthquake straps or the expansion tank. Should that be a point of negotiation that we require that?
I would absolutely get that $50 no fault upgrade, because the water heater is going to work, right? If it's working fine, it's not required to have those on there unless a licensed plumber comes out and replaces the water heater. Then they will require the earthquake straps and the expansion tank. So either homeowner's paying for it or we're paying for it. And so if they add that at $50, and if the seller pays for that in the home warranty, we will absolutely cover that.
So that's something that essentially, like in repairs, if it doesn't have it,
Correct.
they should probably request that
Right.
be something that's done.
That's exactly
And
right.
I think FHA requires the,
Yeah, FHA
the earthquake
appraisals.
strap,
Oh, okay.
but they don't require the expansion tank.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Yeah. So we won't put them on if there's not a problem with the water heater. We don't just go out and say, okay, it's not to code, so we're gonna go make it to code, unless there's an issue with it. Does that make sense? So we'll only do it if there's a problem with the water heater. Then we'll go out and fix it and put the earthquake straps on and the expansion tank if we need to. So, did you have a question?
Oh, no, I was just gonna say, I thought appraisers would mark that and say that it needs to be fixed with the straps.
Perfect. Okay, a couple other benefits I'm gonna talk about real quick, and then we'll go into the how to order.
There you go.
But so something cool that we do is a realtor benefit we do is we do what's called our Red Box promotion. So this is a postcard after your buyers close. They will get this postcard. On the front of it, it says your movie night has been elevated or something like that, and then it has our logo on it. On the back side of it, it says we know buying a new home can be stressful, so we wanted to treat you to a free Redbox movie rental. Take this card to a Redbox kiosk, enter the code below, and enjoy a movie night on us. And it gives them a free Redbox code. Personalized to you, your phone number, your contact information, your photo, everything on here is yours. Okay, so it looks like it's coming from you, but we do the work, you get the credit for it, goes out about a month after they close, so kind of another touch to your client after that, so kind of cool. Another thing that I want to talk about that we do, after your buyer closes and after we get paid on it, about a week after they close, we do what's called a welcome call, okay? So what that means is we'll call them from our office, walk them through the warranty, ask them if there's any questions on it, tell them how to open up a service request if there's an issue, and tell them how the home warranty works. Then also they can adjust their plan within the first 30 days that they have coverage. So if there's, let's say you get them a plan that doesn't have washer dryer coverage, we can add that to that within that first 30 days. We just offer that as kind of a service for them if they want to. So something kind of cool. Walk them through the warranty, and we also send them out their information on the warranty either by email or hard copy that we send it to them just in the regular mail. So it happens about a week after they close. So something kind of cool. Okay, any other questions before I just show you really quickly the website? Okay, this is really simple. So this is our website. It's elevatehomewarranty.com. All I'm going to show you is the order page. Okay, I'm going to be really quick on this because there's really not a lot to show. However, there are 4 options here to choose from when you place an order. Now, that being said, most of your title companies are probably going to place the order. So whoever you're closing with at the title company will just place the order. And that's totally fine. Just have them place the order, let them know, order it through Elevate. And they know our website. So starting at 300, this one will just show you specific options. Rarely is this one even used. This one is our most popular plan. Again, rarely is this used. I'm going to show you what's mostly used. So listing coverage, if you want to order that listing coverage we talked about earlier, this is how to do it. If you want to just do the buyer's coverage, this is how the title companies do it. So all the title companies do is really simple, is they look at the Rep C, they look at the purchase contract, and if they see that there's $475 in that purchase contract for the warranty, what they're going to do is they're just going to put $475 in there, and then they're going to choose my plan. What's really nice with this is that it takes the pressure off of you and off of the title company in picking the plan for your home buyer. Okay, they don't have to pick the plan. Unless you want to help them, talk them through it, that's fine, but we will do that welcome call after they close and talk them through the plan and adjust it if we need to. Okay, and then it's real simple. I have to scroll on this. Nope.
Oh, just use the arrows.
What arrow? These ones?
Yeah.
I do this. I do like that.
Oh.
Maybe if I do that and then arrows. Oh, there we go. So real simple. All they do is put the property information in there. See, ask who's ordering it, buyer's agent, escrow officer, homeowner, anything like that. Then really easy. They'll put the buyer's name, cell phone number, or phone number, and an email address. We do ask and remind your title companies to put the contact information in there for the buyer, so we can do that welcome call. If we don't see it in there, we'll call you back to see if we can get a phone number. So it makes it real simple. Buyer's agent information is kind of cool. You can search by agent, or you can just input it in either way, same with the title company. After that, you just click that you're not a robot, and then place an order. So kind of cool. Real simple. Any questions on the order page?
And then the agent gets an email saying that the order's been done, and would the
Exactly.
buyer also be emailed?
Yeah, let me scroll up. That reminds me. I'm glad David reminded me on that. So the reason why we want email information in here is the buyer will get an email. They'll get 2 things. They'll get a certificate that says congratulations, the warranty's been ordered, and they'll get a little welcome packet that kind of talks about Elevate and how it works. What's cool with the agent email is they'll get the same information. They'll also get the invoice that's printed off. Okay, we don't want to send the invoice to the buyer because we want the buyer freaking out that they're having to pay for it because they're essentially not, right? The seller is. Same with the escrow officer information. Obviously, the escrow officer needs that invoice. So what the email's put in there for the escrow officer, they'll automatically get that invoice with that certificate and the welcome packet. Kind of cool. Any other questions?
So you said the most popular is the Elevated Plus?
Our 450 plan is the most popular plan.
Okay. And why is that? Just
I think, I don't know if it's a
Best
cost thing, but it really is best bang for your buck. It's the best value. The only difference between that 450 plan and our 500 plan is washer dryer coverage. Everything else would be covered other than the additional things we talked about earlier in that 450 plan. So it's really the best plan bang for your buck.
and then do you just recommend that for all purchase, even if it's a condo up to
I do.
a mansion?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I definitely do. That's super simple.
So these home warranties aren't based off home square footage.
So
pricing.
ours goes up to 5,000. So after 5,000, there's additional cost. In fact, it does ask in here, is the property over 5,000 square feet? If you click yes, you put the square footage in there, and then it'll price it for you. So there's tier pricing. So I don't know exactly the tier pricing, but after the first 1,000, it's $85. Second 1,000 after that's $80, and it tiers down from there. If you put it in here, it'll kind of walk you through the tier pricing. But if you're 5,300 square feet, just call me and I'll just waive that extra cost. If you're 6,000 plus square feet, I'll probably just charge you the first 1,000. But under the 5,000, it's a pretty big house, so it's going to cover pretty much everything out there, other than probably huge mansions. So, but then we can adjust it accordingly.
So do you like replace the kitchen refrigerator, the washer and dryer? AC, you replace that?
If we can't fix it, if we can't fix it, or if the cost to fix it is say $300 and the fridge is going to cost $400, we'll usually either give the buyers a check for it or just replace it.
So if they go and buy an old crappy fridge that they know is going to break down and they have it. No, I mean, like, that's what.
No, it's true. Yeah, as long as it was put in when they purchased the home, then, and it's working when they're working fine when they move in, yeah, we'll cover it. So.
Okay.
But you're gonna get a like model.
Right, we're gonna get like more. So we match it to specifications and things like that. We don't match it to color. So if they have a black fridge and we find a white one, we'll just give them a check and they go pay the extra $50 for a black one or something, or stainless steel. So yes, it's a very similar fridge. More often than not, we just say, here's what we found that matches your fridge. It's about $450. We're just gonna send you a check for that, and you can go get whatever fridge you want. And it's usually a lot easier that way.
And that way they just go on to upgrade the code.
Exactly. Any questions? Did I miss anything?
I don't. You want to talk to your common objections that you get that we could recover?
Let's see. Most common objections that we get from the homeowners or from agents. Maybe both.
Let's start with agents.
Okay. So agents, most of it's just like, I think a lot of agents don't understand that there's not a blanket policy that covers every single thing in your home. And I'm going to share a couple of really crazy examples. Okay. I did get a call from an agent about a year ago that asked me if we cover cat pee. We don't cover cat pee. No lie, like there was cat pee in a part of carpet. And then also another question that was asked is, do we cover frayed carpet? We don't cover those kind of things. Anything structural is not covered. And let me give you another example of something that would not be covered. This is another, just kind of a more educational than anything. But if water's, and I'm talking home warranties in general. Like I don't know any home warranty company that would cover any of this stuff. If a window well is leaking water inside of it, that's not covered. That's what we consider structural. Okay. Another one, actually, this is another good one. Home warranty companies, I'm just talking in general as home warranty companies, not as Elevate, but we are the same. If there's a water leak, we don't cover the secondary damage. Okay, so like if a water leak and the wall is messed up, we will cover to fix the pipe, but the secondary damage is more often than not covered through the homeowner's insurance, not through the home warranty. Those are probably the biggest ones, is that doesn't cover every single thing, but it does cover a lot.
And I was going to ask you that, is it doesn't cover it because that's where normal home insurance covers damages?
Right, I think there's two reasons for it. I think that's one of the bigger ones. I think the second reason is, I mean, if we were to cover all that secondary damage all the time, we'd be out of business, you know what I mean? Because a $500 warranty, that's it could be I don't know why I keep pointing over here, but it's a $1,000, $1,500 fix, and we're talking prices just go skyrocket from there, and we would just be out of business. It's just really expensive. So home warranty companies in general just don't do that.
So yeah, so does a home warranty in place home insurance?
Does it replace? Oh, does it replace? No, it does not replace. Because what we cover is more just normal wear and tear on an item. Home insurance is more catastrophes, right? Floods, fire. I won't say earthquakes, but that's an additional part of the policy. But things like that. So it's more I would say supplemental to your home insurance policy. Also, the lender's going to require that you have homeowners insurance, but it's definitely not the same. It's very, very different.
Right. So we always tell our clients to still get home insurance.
Yes.
This is just, I guess I had to always describe it. This is just extra peace of mind.
Totally. It's a great way to explain it. Yeah, absolutely. Those are probably the biggest objections from realtors. We also do get realtors, and I'm probably oversharing here, so maybe I shouldn't.
Which agent was it that said the cat pee? I just want to make
I'm
sure
not
I'm doing any deals with
I'm not going to tell you.
We're recording.
Yeah,
We
I'm
have
not
to
going to tell you.
keep it.
Oh crap, what if they see it? No, I'm not going to tell you. Is sometimes, for some reason, I've seen agents put in, the seller won't pay more than what they want for the home warranty. Can an agent pay the difference or a homeowner pay the difference? Yes, absolutely. If we get a check from the title company, it's $300, but it's a $450 policy. That $150 could be covered by anybody, homeowner, agent, anything like that. I've had a couple times where, I say a couple, quite a few times, or for some reason agents put in $495 as a home warranty, or best policy is $500, just let me know and I'll just waive that $5. So if you have to fluctuate a little bit on pricing, let me know and I can kind of sometimes tweak it, but it just kind of depends on the plan and the situations.
So typically, it's good to know the plan before you start filling out the contract.
It
about
is,
price.
yeah. I would suggest and recommend it, and then you can speak intelligently to your homeowner. But also, if your homeowner has questions, always call me. I'll put my phone number up here too. Have them call me. They can always call me, and I'll talk them through the plan, even before or after they close. I'm happy to talk with them as well. So
That was straight.
this is it kind of crooked? Hey, this is kind of cool. Look, my last name is Zimmerman, right? Just so y'all know. 830-ZIM.
Is that on purpose?
Totally.
Lies.
No, I don't. I actually think, I don't remember because I've had that phone number so long. But anyways, kind of cool. Homeowner objections.
Yeah.
A lot of them are very similar to agent objections. Why aren't you covering this, or why is this an issue, or why, or sometimes an emergency. Probably the biggest one for homeowners is an emergency one. So we are open 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So we take service request calls every hour of the day, every minute of the day. But if it's Thursday night at 12:30, middle of the night, and your dishwasher breaks and it's not leaking, obviously that's not an emergency, right? So we do get homeowners say, I have to have this fixed right now. Well, unless it's super hot in your house, super cold in your house, or there's a leak that you can't stop, that's really not an emergency, right? So we make sure to tell them, we'll open up the service request at 12:30 at night, but you may not get a call till first thing in the morning to get somebody out there. If it is an emergency, we do have contractors on call that we can call to get them out there super quick.
So if my furnace went out today, you'd probably come out.
Furnace, yeah, so furnace would be a good example now because it's cold, right? So if your house goes below, I think it's like 40 degrees or, well, I don't know the exact temperature, but yes, if furnace goes out, that's when we want to get it taken care of quick because we don't want your pipes to freeze either.
Which would cause more damage for you.
It cause more damage.
But in the summertime, AC going out is.
Yeah, but even still, like we get a lot of homeowners that are like, I have a baby in the house or have an elderly person in the house, and if it gets super hot, we do try to get somebody there. But yeah, summer's a little different because you can, open it, yeah, or go in the basement sometimes. But we do, there is an emergency that we do consider an emergency in the summertime.
And then fairly easy to renew.
Yeah, we have a renewal department that calls them, starts calling the homeowner after so it is a 12-month policy. So after the 12 months, we call them within 30 days of the 12 months expiring, and start calling them to see if they want to renew. And then we can do
Yes.
monthly payments, we can do quarterly payments, or just the one annual payment, or however they want to do it, we can break it up. Very easy. Yep. Anything else? Any other questions?
All right, that's it, I guess. Thank you.
Signing off.